it this movie was such a treat, guys. Congratulations. I love the colors, the music, the storyline. It is so cute. Yet another successful sequel. Um, so if it's okay, I'm going to start my first question with Walt. Um, Creating a sequel to a successful animated film comes with its own challenges. What were some of the creative and narrative challenges you faced while working on Trolls Band Together? And how did you ensure that it brings something fresh and engaging to fans?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's always the number one thing on our mind. Like, how are we going to make this different than the others? Like, how are we going to not repeat ourselves?
Right.
But it gives us an interesting opportunity to evolve the characters, especially the relationship with Poppy and Branch. I think we're 10 years into these characters and they get more complex. We get to tell more sides of who they are as personalities. So that's a joy to us. And plus the technology puts more opportunities in our hands. Like we can create worlds that we hadn't even imagined back in Trolls 1. So it just kind of just our desire to create and to make something new gives it this film its own life.
I love that the characters are evolving all the time, and each time we get a deeper look and we get to know them a little bit on a more intimate way, in a more intimate way.
Yeah.
And so my next question is going to be for Tim. The Trolls franchise is known for its vibrant and catchy pop music. How did your team go about selecting the new and classic pop hits for the new film, and how do these songs enhance the storytelling and overall experience of the film?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think when we, excuse me, when we started to sort of conceive the story of this sequel, it really did revolve around Branch and his brothers and them having a band, which kind of immediately sort of paved the way for this idea of them being in a boy band together. So that really sort of gave us a tone to sort of lean into this time around. We kept saying amongst ourselves that this was really going to be a celebration of pop music. I think the last movie we delved into other genres and we showed that all these different types of trolls existed, but this one we really wanted to lean into pop and specifically 90s and 2000s sort of influenced sounds, whether it's the boy band music or Velvet and Veneers music, which also had some fun 80s influences in there as well. But it really was, it all swirled around this idea of celebrating pop and spanning, a few different decades in that sort of way. And the story kind of helped dictate what songs worked and where we needed some throwback medley songs and where we'd need some original ones. And Justin and our music producer Joe Shirley were a big part of those discussions of where certain songs would make sense, and where we need some new stuff. So it was a fun part of the process.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable, and like you can't help but to like reminisce and like sing, and I really think that's um a great lineup of music, and the fact that it's been changed and modified a little bit to adapt to the film, and so it makes it like more enjoyable, like a more enjoyable experience overall.
Awesome.
Okay, so this question is for Walt. The Trolls franchise is known for its psychedelic and visual stunning elements. How did you approach incorporating these elements into Trolls Band Together? And were there any specific visual or artistic inspirations that influenced the film?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been interested in like psychedelic imagery and animation forever. I'm a big fan of Fantasia and the Yellow Submarine, and there's such a rich history of psychedelic images and animation and music together. So we realized that the audience likes it as well in the last film. We got weird, we got psychedelic in the last one. They loved it, so we go, oh, we can go even further. And that's when we push into this kind of 2D world of hand-drawn animation where they literally go through time and space. And a lot of kind of 60s concert posters were a part of that, 60s album covers. And it was just a way for us to go further than we've ever gone before. Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed, especially like how it just worked with the music, like infused together. Like it really was artistically like just really well done. And my last question is for both of you. What do you want your audience to take away from this film?
That's a good one. I mean, we've talked about this, and it's really a joyfulness. I always say kind of feeling better after the movie than you did before you watched it.
Right.
Just a little bit. You look at the world, everything's a little bit more colorful, a little bit more warmth and love in your heart. That feels like a lot, but even in the small way, just feeling a little more joy.
Yeah. And I think, just the message wise beneath the joyfulness is that, maybe it's okay to not always have to be perfect all the time, and in fact, it might be, you can work together better with people if you don't have this expectation of being perfect. Just show up as yourself, bring the strengths that you have, and things come together that way. So
Well, congratulations again, and thank you for having me. I can't wait to see what you both have coming up next.
thank you so much,
Thank
Angela.
you,
It's nice
Angela.
talking to
Good one. Bye-bye.
you.